everybody, I am Attila Tanner. Welcome to a brand new video of Next Talk. I hope you're all doing well. It's been 3 weeks since the last video, so we are due for an update. In today's video, we're going over the highlights of the companies that recently reported. Then I have some great news of new feature that is available on Next Talk. Then we're going to look into the mergers and acquisitions, which we do every 3 months, followed by our regular reporting for US and Canada. So we have a jam-packed episode, so let's get started with the highlights. First one up is Bank of America. They had a 15% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been increased to $44. Blackrock had a 23% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been increased to $1,043. Citibank reported a 12% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target has been increased to $74. And Goldman Sachs reported 23% year-over-year sales growth, and our price target has been increased to $577. All right, let's look at some other companies that recently reported. JP Morgan reported 10% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been increased to $242. Intuitive Surgical reported a 25% year-over-year sales growth, and our price target for them has been increased to $420. However, they are trading a little bit higher than that at the moment. Morgan Stanley reported 26% year-over-year sales growth. Our price target for them has been increased to $128. And finally, Taiwan Semiconductor reported a 30% year-over-year sales growth, and our price target has also been increased to $210. Those were the highlights for this time around. If you're curious about other price targets I did not mention, you can always go into my nexttalk.ca website. The login is free, and you can search there and see the different price targets that we have. You can also compare stocks, which is a great feature, and you have free access for 30 days. There is another feature today that I want to announce. It's called the Top 10. So all the lists that we are talking about in this show, when we show top 3, all of them are also on the website, but in a top 10 format, available to you 24/7. Fantastic. So if it's when you go into the Canada or US, you can choose all the different 5 categories, from attractive, growth, dividend. And you can switch, of course, to US, and you can look into the value stock, the pricey ones, and all the top 10s are there. As soon as there is some updates, those lists will automatically change, so you don't have to wait for the video to see the top 3s. But the top 3s here are free, of course, but the top 10s, it's a subscription for it. Anyways, so I'm very happy about that part, and planning also to introduce new features eventually coming up. So let's see. Now, let's go into the mergers and acquisitions. So we do this segment every 3 months. Last time we did it, we were talking about Medicis, Albertson, and US Steel, but all of those things it's not happening at the moment. Instead, we're gonna look at the other 8 that are still active. Ansys Synopsys wants to get them for $370 per share. This represents about a 6% upside, supposed to be closed within the first 6 months of 2025. This is a $32.6 billion deal. Rio Tinto wants to get Arcadium Lithium for $5.85 a share. It's supposed to close in the Q2 of this year, $6.5 billion deal. This is, however, just a 2% upside from current levels. HB wants to get Juniper for $40 a share. This is a 4% upside. It's supposed to close this Q1, and it's a $14 billion deal. Capital One wants to get Discover for $194. This represents a 4% upside in the $35 billion deal, expected to also close in Q1 of 2025. So the lower the percentage, of course, more likelihood there will be no complications. So higher the percentage, a little bit more delays or more risks. Let's look at some other mergers and acquisitions pending. Verizon wants to get Frontier for $38.50. This represents 8% upside in a $20 billion deal, expected to close the first half of 2026. So you have to wait about a year and a half. Boeing wants to get Spirit for $37.25. It's expected to be 10% upside on this $4.7 billion deal, and is expected to close within the 6 months of 2025. IBM wants to get HashiCorp for $35. It's a 2% upside, supposed to close in Q1 of 2025. It's a $6.4 billion deal. And finally, Chevron wants to get Hess for about $165 a share, 9% upside for this $53 billion deal, expected to close now in September. All right, those were the mergers and acquisitions. You can check them out as well. Now we go into the regular reporting. We start with the US market, and we start with the top 3 value stocks there. JP Morgan, ExxonMobil, followed by Bank of America is a newcomer on spot number 3. Toyota Motors drops out from top 3. In this category, we're looking at high market cap companies with low price earnings. Those companies is then market dominant if you want, and also have stable business. It could be good for you to consider in your portfolio. Dividends also maybe is interesting for your portfolio because they give cashbacks. So we have Walgreens is a new number 1, and HSBC is number 2, and Verizon is number 3. Amber, who was in the list, is out from top 3. Growth category from US market, Nvidia, followed by Micron Technologies and Coinbase. No changes since last video. In the attractive category, we have some changes. Moderna is a new one on spot number 1. Here we're looking at the delta between sales growth and stock prices. So in Moderna's case, the sales growth was only 2%, but since the stock price has declined 67%, it becomes attractive in our formulas. Of course, there is no guarantee the price decline will continue, but because of that delta, it becomes number 1 in our formula. PDD Holding is on spot number 2, and Beyond Meat is on spot number 3. Micron Technologies is just out from top 3. Pricey ones in the US market, we have a new number 1. AppLovin is number 1. In their case, the sales growth is good, 39%, but the stock price has been going up tremendously, 757%. And the price to sell ratio is also very high of 27. So this is more like a cautious. Palantir, of course, is spot number 2, followed the similar pattern. Some good sales growth, but stock price growth is really high. Same thing for Robinhood on spot number 3. Peloton and Tesla, who was in the list, is out from top 3. All right, this concludes the US market. Let's dive into the Canadian market. We start with the top 3 there of value stocks. Royal Bank, followed by Bank of Montreal, who moves up to spot number 2, and trade place with Bank of Nova Scotia on spot number 3. Dividends in the Canadian market, Bell, followed by TELUS, who moves up to spot number 2, and Whitecap Resources drops down to spot number 3. The growth in the Canadian market, Brookfield Wealth, followed by Newmont and Lundin Gold. The attractive ones in the Canadian market, Newmont, followed by Endeavour Mining, and we have a newcomer in Rogers, spot number 3. Teck Resources, who was there, is out from top 3. Pricey ones in the Canadian market, Celestica, followed by TransAlta and Onyx. All right, this concludes the report for this time around. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Also, you can follow me on X or Blue Sky and see whenever I will post whenever there's something happening related to stocks. And always gather a lot of information before jumping ahead purchasing stocks. Until next time, bye-bye.